What is up, my fellow budget travelers? Today I am taking you with me on a trip to New York City. I was there for about 24 hours, so check this out. If you've seen my past videos, you know that Cleveland Airport loves to not open their gates until like 6 a.m. So once they opened all their gates, I flew through security and got right onto the plane. I love flying early in the morning because you get to see the sun come up. But most of the time, honestly, I did sleep until I was awakened because there was zero visibility in New York City. So they rerouted us to upstate New York and we sat on that tarmac for a while. Again, I just slept. But by the time we got back to New York City, visibility was starting to lift. But it was really cool to see all the fog lifting from the sky. I mean, look how big that cloud was that was all on the city a minute ago. Well, I should say a couple hours ago. But look at this view. It never gets old. I love flying into LaGuardia. If you want to see more of this water show, I'll leave a link up below with my tour of LaGuardia Airport. And you guys know me, I am a budget babe, so I took the bus into the city. I take the M60 because it drops you right in the middle of town, and my friend lives right off of Harlem, so it was really easy for me to drop my bag. And then as he went to the gym, I hung out in Lincoln Center area and just walked around my old stomping grounds. This is Columbus Circle inside the Time Warner Center, and they were setting up for Christmas. It was like, oh, the memories. This is a whole light show and everything. It's really cool. Then I started seeing signs because it just happened to be New York City Marathon weekend as well, which I don't know how I missed that. So I headed over to Central Park, saw our beautiful pigeons of New York, and headed over to take a walk inside the park to see what kind of stuff they had set up for the marathon. I was surprised to see all these COVID-19 testing pop-ups everywhere. I guess that's the new thing in the city, so don't be surprised, they're literally all over the place. But that's something I always loved about New York, is they really try to take care of their own. As you can see, they had already put up the signs for the New York City Marathon that you can't park in that area. But also, they're shooting a film over here too, which I thought was really fun. I love walking through film sets. Here is the familiar blue of the New York City Marathon, and then as I walked up the street, I saw the entrance, and it was really cool to see everybody running past. By now, my friend was done at the gym, so we had to capture this moment. This will be a shocker for some of you guys. Yes, that says half hour. We stopped to pick up some wine, and I got to try some really amazing sake. Then we decided to go over to the High Line because we wanted to watch the sun go down, and I love the High Line. There's nothing like walking on this park. I mean, it's something that I try to do every time I come back to the city. If you haven't done it yet already, check out my video on it because, guys, there's nothing like the High Line. It's so pretty during the day, but I love it during the night because you can kind of see into people's windows and things, and it's almost like a human zoo. It's very bizarre, but also very awesome. Got me here at the Starbucks Reserve in New York City. Check this out, they have a bar and everything. Since I knew I only had 24 hours, this was definitely on my to-do list because I hadn't done it yet. The Starbucks bar, and it's right off the High Line actually, so it was right next to where we were. So I drugged my friends over here and we had to check out the espresso martinis because they have a little espresso martini flight, which is so delicious, especially if you are a Starbucks lover like I am. I made a separate video on this also, just to give you guys an idea of what it's like here. Next, it was time for more memories, so I went over to Haswell Greens over near Times Square because they always have an amazing live band here and we always have such a good time. And it's also right next to Times Square, so you know you gotta take a walk down to Times Square because this is like unlike anything you've seen before, especially at night. It's always different, there's always new ads. and there's always more crazy people walking around. It's always going to be different every time you come to Times Square. It's unlike anywhere else on Earth. My 24 hours in New York City was almost at an end because now it was time to head over to New Jersey because I was going to Atlantic City. That's actually why I was in town, because we won free tickets to see Deal or No Deal at the Borgata. So I had to go back to my friend's house to pick up my bag in case I didn't get back to New York City in time to catch my flight. Guys, the weather this weekend was crazy beautiful. It was like 75 degrees. I just walked around on the beach in Atlantic City. I'll leave it as a separate video, but check this out. Then after taking the bus back to New York City, it was time to catch my flight. So I headed off to LaGuardia and checked in and all that good stuff, and then said goodbye to New York City. New York, it's been great. We'll see you next time. I always try to give you guys a realistic idea of what it's like to travel to different cities. So if you want to see Virginia Beach, Mexico, Vegas, all sorts of stuff, check out my other videos.